Hi, beautiful Gemini. This is your July 2019 reading. Hope you've all been well and that June treated you well. We're already in July. Amazingly, it's going so quick this year. Unbelievable. And thank you to everyone that has subscribed, liked and shared my channel. It really is appreciated. Look, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys. So many blessings to you. Truly, truly appreciated. Now we're going to have a look what's ahead. So very interesting. The last few readings have been quite interesting, quite emotional, but that doesn't mean that everybody's going to have an emotional reading. I think that there's going to be quite a bit of clarity coming for a lot of people in a lot of areas, breaking through. I reckon that's going to be something that's coming up. And that may be just even clarity and breaking through what held you back, particularly maybe coming out from fear, maybe what's holding you back from moving forward, perhaps in your job, perhaps in your love life. I've really got a good feeling about this. Now, the overarching energy here is the Eight of Swords. So there's been a lot going on. There has been a lot going on. So maybe this is all up in your head too, when you're over-analysing a hell of a lot of stuff. Here it says that you can't see it, you feel like you're trapped, you feel like you haven't got any freedom, and maybe you just want it and need to break free from something that's going on here. So that's an overarching energy. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that, you know, hey, you've been thinking about a lot of stuff. So maybe you've had to make quite a few decisions. So I'm going to put the cards down and then I'm going to clarify them. So the Six of Cups comes up, the Six of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles comes up, and there's Temperance, just to start off with. Okay, so the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups talks about the past. It talks about memories from the past. It talks about emotions from the past. And when we saw the overarching energy of the Eight of Swords, that does say that you felt like you're in a pickle, over-analysing things, maybe stressing out a fair bit too much. And this may be about things about the past. So this is going to get a whole lot better. Certainly is. Quite emotional there. When it comes to the Six of Swords, it does say you are moving on. You're moving on from the past. You want to get your shit together. And that doesn't mean that, you know, it's a bad thing. What it means is that, you know, you're moving into somewhere where it's clearer, where you can think clearer, where you've really got your shit together. So I like this card. It is moving forward in a direction that, you know, you need to be. After maybe you were communicating a hell of a lot, maybe you were thinking about it. Again, we've got this stress here that's coming up here, over-analysing everything, and now you're moving on from that. See, because you can see the Six of Swords moving away from the Six of Cups. Both the sixes depict that there is a big need for balance here too. So taking that into consideration, maybe you had to balance your emotions as well. So get them right, you know, because there was so much going on in your mind. The Queen of Pentacles comes along. It's not necessarily gender specific. You could be dealing with or you could come across particularly with an earth sign, which is Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. And you may find that being in a position, this is where you want to be. This is a stable person who has their finances all sorted. So you may have found that maybe you were overthinking your finances. Maybe you were overthinking, oh, jeepers, it's all up in my head that I'm over-analysing the fact that I can't get a job, or I need to go to a new job, or I need to go on a holiday, or I need to move on. I need to move on perhaps from somewhere that wasn't a stable, firm foundation. Queens and kings indicate that they are in that stability, in that moment. So they've already reached that pinnacle. So it does indicate that you are moving towards that stability, that great place of better financial situation. With the Temperance coming along, you may also find that this is a Sagittarius timing card too here. The Temperance comes along and it says it definitely does need balance. So you will find that maybe you have healed towards balance and that now you're getting it. So throughout July, instead of what you hung onto in the past by overthinking things and perhaps about the finances too, because remember, it is a general reading and it won't resonate with you all. So please take what you need and discard the rest. But here it's saying it is healing from the past and that the balance is going to either come to you, or you're going to gain it, and so that you are nice and stable. And from that stability, it can actually, from the Queen of Pentacles, it can actually make you feel very healed. The situation is going to get healed. So it's lovely. You've got the Star card coming out. You've got the Two of Swords. You have the Three of Wands. You have the Hierophant, the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Page of Pentacles. This is really nice too, because the Star card comes up and it says, hang on a minute, your wishes are going to be fulfilled. So if you've been wishing to be in a more financially stable position, or just getting a new job, or moving on from that, that strain, maybe you're having to deal with people who are just not on your team, basically, that maybe they're telling you a hell of a lot of things. Maybe they're telling you that you're not good enough. And this is where, that can end up going on in your head, and there could be a lot of strain and stresses going on in your head. But there is a good wish coming for you. So wishes fulfilled. It also says don't give up. Don't give up hope. So maybe you've had, or maybe you've blocked, you have blocked all the things that you no longer need. With the blindfold here, sometimes it does indicate it's something that you didn't want to see, and you've just blocked it out and not paid attention to it. Maybe that's what's happened in the past. But now it's saying that, look, you had to make that decision. You had to take that blindfold off, and you had to deal with it. So it is lessons learned here as well from this, now coming into that more stable, stable energy, because the Three of Wands comes up, indicating that your ships are coming in. There is expansion. So you're looking at, okay, maybe you've got a few choices to come about. So maybe this new position of financial more stability that is here, that is coming to you, maybe that will give you more options, more choices to choose from when it does come down to work, or communicating about the different choices that are available to you. Maybe you want to expand, and maybe you want to go and, maybe you have to have 2 jobs. So maybe you want to expand into another job as well. So that could end up being, a couple of jobs. Sometimes we have to do it, but it's going to get you to that stability where you need to be. The Hierophant comes along and it says, this person, the Hierophant can be a person who is stuck in their ways. So that's something to be aware of when you've got the Six of Cups, okay? This is the past. Maybe you were thinking that from the past that this is the way that you had to do things. But maybe this is about looking at it from a different perspective and making that conscious decision to change the way that you see things. Because the Hierophant sometimes is a stickler. She doesn't really want to be, embracing change, but there is change that's coming with this. So it can indicate marriage too. So let's not forget about that one. But it's also saying you could be binding, making new contracts here too, signing contracts as well, and making a new commitment to actually balance things out a lot better for your finances and for your job prospects too here, because the Two of Pentacles comes along and it says, wow, you know what? You've had to make these decisions just as much as the Two of Swords comes in. And it says maybe you've had to juggle your finances. Maybe you've had to decide to sit there and ditch one way just to get to that better way of handling your finances, or that new position. That stable position took you a lot of juggling. So I quite like the end result here. We're going to do a few more cards here too to actually clarify it a little bit more. But the Page of Pentacles is basically confirming here again, you've stepped up from the Two of Pentacles and now gone into the Page of Pentacles. So again, this is about hearing news, because the Page brings news. This is better news about your finances. So that stable position where you want to be, that's slowly coming into you here now, or slowly coming to you, not into you, sorry about that. So you're moving towards the stability. There's healing involved. There's patience. You probably had to go through a lot of patience for this, but you are getting your wish. So don't block out what you can sort out. Again, making those decisions. Sorry, with the Two of Pentacles here and the Two of Swords, because your ships will come in, making those decisions. Commit to it. Commit to it. Embrace the changes that are coming because, yep, you may have had to juggle those finances, but here comes the messenger. Good news to do with your finances. So I like that. We're just going to do a couple of clarifiers here. What the most likely outcome is for you, Gemini, when we are doing the July period for you, Gemini. So it looks like it's coming up better for you. God, my English skills aren't very good today. Okay, so you obviously need these cards. So the first one comes down here, and it is the Seven of Wands. You may have felt that you had to defend your position, or maybe you were being defensive about not wanting to change, not seeing the bigger picture here. But maybe you had to stand up for yourself and fight. So it is a big indication that, you know, hey, you fought very, very hard, maybe to even get through so that you can, you know, fight those feelings of getting through stress so that you're in a better, stable position here. The King of Cups comes in, not gender specific again, but we're talking about the emotional. You are better off emotionally here once you actually sit there and know and feel that this is coming in, because there's a lot of healing coming in. So this is being in that power, being in that emotional stability here too. So you've got not only the Queen of Pentacles here, but you have the King of Cups, indicating the more stability here. You are feeling better about yourself as well. So it's a beautiful card to have. And also too, the King of Pentacles. When the King of Pentacles comes in, there is that, again, not gender specific, but it is that stability. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and now you have the King of Pentacles. I like to see this card as King Midas. So anything that you touch is gold. This is a good indicator that there is stability. There is that foundation. You are working hard, and it is to be better off emotionally and financially. Okay, and maybe you've had to really, really stand up for yourself here, but this is absolutely looking brilliant for you. It is in a much better, more stable position for you. Maybe you have struggled in the past with all of these feelings coming in and over-analyzing everything, but maybe now that choice to move on and have that change coming through, because you've got some major arcanas here, change coming through, it is going to be a lot better. It sees you in a better financial position. So more stability. You may have found, like I said, you may have gone to, you know, finding a new job. So maybe one is better that you're, you know, currently, then let me get this out right. The one that could be coming for you is probably better than where you were. Okay, so not letting the past override everything what is coming for you. It's looking good for you, Gemini. So good luck during July, and I wish you all the best, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.